wearing a lot of makeup, but before I went to my sister's today, I did my 5 minutes of makeup, and I was kind of proud of myself for that. That's just a little bit of foundation and some lipstick. But anyway, these are the bag colors, and I'm using the papaya today. Let me pull one of those in so you can see the colors. But I just love our new in colors. They are so, so pretty. So let's get going. The first one that I'm going to show you, I'm just going to show you. We're not actually going to make it. And I have to give some credit to Linda Heller. Linda Heller is a stamper. She lives in Asheville, North Carolina now, but only for a couple of years. And I can't remember the name of her stuff, stamping school or something like that. But I did get this bag directly from her. And I just thought it was pretty. So this is the Evergreen, and she used the Dandelions folder and just ran the bag through the folder. So, and then all she did was bring in, now this is an old pad, but the pigment ink, the white pigment ink, and gosh, I can't remember how to open this all of a sudden. There we go. And a dauber, and just sponged a little bit of white over the rough area here to bring the colors out. And then I had the idea of adding the butterflies. So you can see I'm adding a little bit more of the white, and that's making it stand out even a little bit more. And I tried it down here on the stems. If you put it down on the stems, it's not going to be perfect. You have to have a very light touch. But you could get a little bit on those to make them stand out just a little. But I just thought this was very pretty. And my butterflies, let me share with you what I made those out of. They are out of the, let me read what that says, the Shimmer Vellum. And this comes also in the in colors. And I don't know if you paid any attention to this. This was the first I had used of it. But it does have, okay, that must be the back. It does have a very shimmery look to it. I don't know if you can see on the camera just how pretty that is. I've got to think of something to do with this besides just the couple of butterflies. So I added the butterflies, and I made those with the Brilliant Wings dies. So that's this. And so I think that would be really pretty to stick a card inside or a gift inside and give that to someone. So that could be something you could make super, super fast and have that ready to give to someone. So that's idea number one, directly from Linda, except I added some butterflies. So let me set that aside. And this is the next thing that we're going to do with the bags. So I'm going to pull in my packet that has all the things we're going to need for this. And let's see. By the way, I don't think I said who I am. I am Joanne Hewins. I have a blog called lovetocreate.typepad.com. I live in North Carolina, a little town called Conover. Conover is about 1 hour north of Charlotte, in the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains. And down here we do say Appalachian rather than Appalachian. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do is bring in another new product, and I think I showed this last week. These are the Plenty of Patterns Decorative Masks, and we're going to use that over our envelope. So I'm going to use, let's see, for my sample, I used this pattern. No, I didn't. I used this pattern, I think. We might change it up. And I don't know, maybe we'll use this one. So I'm going to put this on my card. I'm going to, because I don't want these edges, I'm going to just put some sticky notes to protect my surface right along the edge of the mask. And then I'm going to bring in a blender brush and Pale Papaya ink. Let me move this aside for a minute, and we're just going to color over the mask over the bag. So I'm just going to get some of the extra off and come on and just go over that pattern. And it doesn't matter if it's evenly colored or not. So I think that's probably good enough. So I'm going to move my move it to another place. Maybe we'll turn it a little sideways here, and we'll do that. I don't know that I need my sticky note for that one. And we'll just try to hold it all still. We'll just go over that. Okay. And then we'll come in maybe right in here. I'm really enjoying using these masks. I've kind of gotten into it and have put them on several different things lately. Okay. And then we'll just keep going to cover up the whole bag. And I'm not going to worry about the, oops, my sticky notes really aren't doing a lot of good, are they? I'm not going to worry so much about the top of the bag, oops, on these. It is moving around a little. We'll see how it looks. That's not bad. Okay, and we'll do some here. Might help if I use the actual sticky part. And that moved around a little too, but you get the idea. So we're getting just a little bit of, I'm going to get a little bit in that little area right there. Just to get a little, not much of color there. We'll add a little bit. It's not the one we were using, a little bit here maybe. Alrighty, so there's the front of the bag using our mask. Now the decorative masks are on, or plenty of Patterns Decorative Masks are on page 128. You can find those here. And then we also have another set of masks that we've had before. So that's where those are. Okay, so we've got that part of our bag done. And so I've got some ribbon here we're going to tie around. And I'm near the end of my roll. This ribbon actually was carried over from the other catalog. It was part of the Flowers for Every Season color combo. And let me just show you real quick in the book where that is. It's on 140. And this is a 3-pack of ribbons. So you get this thicker white ribbon. The, what color is that? The jade, the just jade gingham, and then this twine that has the misty moonlight and the silver and white in it. So it's a really nice combo of ribbons. So I'm going to just pull this around. I'm going to do my first tie, and then I'm going to add a glue dot there. So let me get a glue dot ready. I find that after I do my first tie down and set it, that it helps me to tie the rest of the bow if that's anchored. Okay, so we'll tie our bow. And I'm not an on-camera bow tire, so that is actually pretty bad. Let's play with it just a little and say, nope, we're going to start over. I wonder why I punish myself by tying a bow where people can see me tie it. Maybe that's a little better. Oh, hi, Debbie. How are you today? I'm looking forward to seeing you next week and meeting you in person. We'll have a good time at the Whiskey Barrel class. Okay, I'm going to just trim that ribbon, and we'll see how these scissors do. I usually keep some ribbon scissors around, and I don't have them right here right now, but those did great. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to use is a card from the Memories and More pack. And let me pull in some of these. The Memories and More card pack. And it has a lot of cards that are printed on both sides. In this smaller size, I think those are, what, 3x4? 3x4. And then it has some larger cards. These are from hand-pinned larger cards that are 6x4. Okay. Then it has a couple of pages of stickers in there as well. And let me take you in the book, making you look at the book today. Let me take you to the hand-pinned Petals Suite that's in our catalog. Okay, and that is on 104 and 105. It has the stamp set, the dies, which are very small to see here. But this suite has some other really good things, and that is the cards. And then I'm going to show you something else that it has in just a few minutes, and that is the hand-pinned, let me read it, the hand-pinned Memories and More cards and envelopes. And these cards and envelopes are actually, I think this is one of the best bargains in the book, because you get 20 cards and envelopes for $10. And you can see these envelopes are just gorgeous. Just really, really pretty. And then the cards are a good thick weight. So they go really pretty with this suite. So let me take those aside, and we'll get back to the card making. So I'm going to add this card from the Cards and More, or card pack. Let me get my glue. Got some globs there. Hopefully they're far enough from the edge that it won't really matter. I'm going to lay this down as flat as I can. And we'll just add that card to the bag. And then I'm going to use the sticker sheet and simply pull off this sticker that says Celebrate Today. And that's the front of that bag. That's how easy that was to make. Okay, so let's talk about what's inside the bag though. And let me pull this out. And this is what I just showed you, the memories, the hand-pinned cards and envelopes. But I fixed a pretty card to go inside. And don't you like the way this just fits right into the bag? So if you were giving somebody something, you know, a card is really nice, but give them a card in a bag. They are going to think that you are thinking they're pretty special. So let me move my envelope aside, and we'll work with the card. So for this card, I took the regular card and I turned it inside out, because the blue wasn't really, the pool party wasn't really one of the colors that I was using so much, but it's going to be fine. So let me burnish that fold. Okay, and you can see that again, I used the mask on the front of that. So I'm going to do that, although you just saw me doing it, I'm going to do it again. And I'm going to use the same one we did before. I don't know if these sticky notes were that valuable, especially if you don't put them on where the sticky is. I know they're not. So, you still haven't gotten your Memories and More cards? I have to admit that there are often times I order those packs and I don't make good use of them. But I'm going to try to do better this time, because the hand-pinned suite is just so very pretty. Just gorgeous. So I'm really going to try to use them up. And they really, you can make a lot of cards for not a lot of money and pretty quickly with those cards. Now, if I'm doing a class, I have to tell you they're not good for a class, because you only get, I think it's 2 of each card. So in that respect, not so great to use, but for just making a lot of cards that are fast and simple and beautiful, those Memories and More card packs are really a gold mine. So we've just taken the card and folded it inside out. And I'm going to tell you that Linda Heller, that I gave credit for the first bag with the dandelion, had done that on her video. And that's where I got the idea to do that as well. And thought, well, that just gives you another use for those cards and envelopes. And of course, I'm using our blending brushes. I didn't really mention that. They were on back order, but I want to think that they are available again. And they just make sponging something, as we call it, easy and smooth. Okay, I think I can do that, and we'll be through with the card, hopefully. Maybe one more. Oops, that's really dark right there. But again, I don't think it matters that you have some lighter places and some darker places. I think that just adds a little more interest. You know, there's really no correct way to do these. It's your way. So that's the wrong one. Let me go back over here. And we're going to try to get just a little bit right in there. Maybe a little color there. And maybe a little bit up in here. I hope I'm not going to regret inking that up. I should put my sticky notes there. Okay, that gives a little hint of color. So there's the front of our card. And then I'm just going to pull in a piece of pale papaya. This is cut at 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. And I'm just going to add one of these Memories and More cards to that piece of pale papaya. I think, yeah, Faith, I think this hand pen suite is one of the prettiest that they've had. The papers are just so gorgeous. Right, so I'm going to add this piece with dimensionals. Never know what to do. Okay, and I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool to get those tops off of there. And we'll just add this to the center of the card. See how fast that was? And then I'm going to use this sticker that says Happy Birthday on there. And I'm going to fix it on here so that the little notched end kind of sticks over the edge a little bit. So there's the outside of the card. And then on the inside, we're going to fix that up with a piece of the hand pen paper. You know, you hate to cover up that side, but we're going to do it. And this is cut at 4 by 6. Okay, so I'm just going to put that right on the inside. It's going to cover up most of that pool party that's there. And the colors will be more in line with the rest of the package. And then, again, we're going to pull in the stickers. And I'm just going to pull this sticker in and put it there. Don't know if that's straight or not. And then I'm going to use one of these stickers that's in black and white down here and just put it on here. And I'll go back and real quick color that with my blends. So I've got soft succulent and a light daffodil and then the papaya combo. So I'm just going to color in a a little bit of a stem there. And that's pretty thin, so hard not to go out of the lines there for me. I'm just coloring right inside the leaf. Put a little bit of darker in there. I'm going to stick a little daffodil center right on those, and then we'll color it with the papaya. Now you know that the marker probably is going through that piece of paper. I don't know, it's a sticker, so I'm not sure, but it's not going to go through to the back because you've got a couple of layers there. So that's okay. Just going to add a little bit of dark on there. I'm not even going to go back and blend that. So that finishes up this package. So let me bring back in the parts. I think this is the one we did today. And this, you have room here to write whatever you want. It'll go in the envelope. You can seal the envelope and then put it right back down in your package. And you've got a really, really nice something to give somebody. And that would probably be done in person, or it could be part of a package that you're giving a present. And or you might could put this in one of those brown envelopes and mail that all together. Okay, so that's our second project, and we have one more that we're going to do. Let me move a couple of things out of the way here. And we're still going to be using the pale papaya. You would never believe that orange is not my favorite color from today, would you? I really don't care for orange, but I have to say this pale papaya is really, really pretty. So we're going to be doing, gift card. What? So we're going to be doing something we did last week. Let me pull out the rest of these decorative masks. We've used this one, and you can see this is really a 4-in-1 mask. You could do them all together, but I chose just to do one at a time. This one would give you a mosaic look to your background. This one, I don't know what you call that. Does anybody else know? But a real pretty background. And then this is the one we used last week, and for some reason I'm using it again this week. So I'm going to put this down over my bag. And I don't know if it makes much difference or not, but I like to look at the flowers and kind of see if I've got them about even from side to side. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to pull that up just a little bit so that I have as much as I can get. And then I've got a little bit of washi tape here. That sticks good. Okay, so I'm just going to stick that down from each side. Well, and again, we're going to use our papaya. I'm going to put these sticky notes up here across the top. And the reason I'm doing that is because I didn't on the first one, and I ended up with a line up there that didn't look that great. So I'm letting you learn from my experience here. And we're just going to quickly go over the bag. Now my ink pad actually needs to be re-inked. So I know that I don't have a super amount of ink on here. I'm trying to go in the corners maybe a little bit more. A little bit faster when you don't have to move your mask around. Hi, Janine. Good to hear from you. I tell you, maybe it's about time for our little group in Granite Falls to meet again. It seems like it's been forever. Okay, let me pull that aside. I'm just going to pull that off. I'm going to need it again in a little bit. So I'm just going to pull it off and lay that aside. And here's my pattern on here. And now, I have made 2 tags. This is actually the same piece of paper, and I just turned it over and cut 2 tags. And let me show you what I used. I did not bring that in here. This is what happens when you have everything ready to go, and then you make stuff. And you come in and you pull things away. In our book, back here, there is a set of dies right here. I think I had them out last week, called the Tailor Made Tags. And these do not go with a stamp set. They are just a set of dies on their own. And they're fantastic. You need these Tailor Made Tags. So I used this one, and I used the largest one for these 2 tags. Okay. Now on this first bag, I put a strip of designer paper up here because that is where I had that edge from my masking. But I don't need that this time because I watched what I was doing a little bit better. So I'm going to pull these tags down a little bit further on our bag. So I'm going to pull in some of the Pale Papaya ribbon. And this is going to go around the bag. And we're just going to tie that into a knot. So I'm not one of these people who can tie stuff. I am going to get me a piece of a glue dot. I'm not one of these people that can tie stuff from the bolt. I wish I was, but I guess to do that I would have to practice, and I haven't done that. So, anyway, we'll just do it this way. Okay, I'm going to put my little dot under there, and then we're just doing a knot. I think I probably should have had that piece pointing straight up. But here we are. That's the knot we have. And we'll trim that. Okay. And then we're going to put our tags. I'm actually going to lay the tags one on top of the other, kind of spread them out a little bit, and I'm just going to turn them over and add just a little bit of Scotch tape. I find that holds it for me. And then we are going to come back and I think put a couple of glue dots to hold that from the front. So we'll put one in there. Oops, it didn't go in there. And one down, oops, down in there. Okay. And we are going to put these on with dimensionals. I keep faking myself out with the tags being the same when you look at one side and the other side. We are about out of dimensionals here. Just going to take some of these. Every week I say I'm about out of dimensionals, and if I replace them, then I come back in here and get them for some reason. And I need to put a whole pack right here beside of the table. Get rid of those. Oops. And then we're just going to put this right under here. I'm going to actually see if I can lift up that glue dot carefully. Don't really want to take the paper. Oh my goodness, what I just do? I just laid that down and it's adhered. Help! Help! Do you ever? Okay, this will work. I'm just going to stick this up under here and put it down. We're just going to put it down and leave it. So there's that. Now I did put this underneath the glue dot on that one, and it looks a little bit better. So I'm going to bring in a piece of white scrap, and I'm going to stamp Some Friendships Are Just Meant to Be. And this is from, okay, another stamp set that I used in the other room. This is from the, what is that called? Shaded Summer. Let me point it out to you because it just has some beautiful sentiments in it. Page 75. You know, you think you have it all, but we can keep going. All right, but this is Shaded Summer. And I just think, like, here's the Some Friendships Are Just Meant to Be. Of course, thank you and happy birthday. Hello, you. Above and beyond, you go there a lot. I like that. May the good you do come back to you. Love you, friend. Just want to show you that one because that is one that kind of hid from me. And I'm so happy that I have it. All right, we're going to stamp this in Misty Moonlight, just because there's some Misty Moonlight right in there. So I'm going to stamp this on some white. I think this is thick basic white, but just because I had a piece laying there. And then I'm going to be using the Tasteful Labels, this one right here, to cut this out. And I haven't already cut it, so I'm going to step aside and do that quickly. Okay, hopefully that wasn't too long. And then this, let me put that back in here before I misplace it. This is going to be put on with more dimensionals. I think we'll just do that. Across the front. And you see, this didn't really take a long time to complete. But I think it looks pretty nice. Except I maybe would fix this like this. But let's look at the inside of this card and see what we have. And on my sample, I've kind of gotten a hole here on the side, so be careful about that. So this is the card that I made to go on the inside. It doesn't have an envelope, and it is cut. It is 11 inches long, so a whole strip, And then this one is 4.5 inches wide rather than the 4 1/4 that our regular cards are. So it's just a little bit bigger. And so I have that cut right here. I keep thinking I'm just losing everything, but so far, no, I'm doing okay. So here's this. I'm going to take this right back down, this mask, over my card. And this time we're going to be doing it with soft succulent. Aha, there it is. These blending brushes, again, if you don't have them, they work so much better than the sponge daubers do at getting your ink put on smoothly. And you just get the ink on it, tap it a little to get some of the extra out. And then they also say if you come in from the edge, that's going to help it be smooth. So this is going to be our last project for today. And I don't have next week's projects planned yet. I will tell you that I have another project that I'm using the gift bag to make. I'm going to be doing that with a group of North Carolina people over the weekend. They're having a stamp-along day. So I'm going to be doing a live for that. And it will be on my blog on Monday. Just another one. So I'm going to stamp this with, okay, I don't see my stamp. There it is. This stamp says, "My Sweet Friend," and it is from the Welcoming Window stamp right here. So I'm going to put that in the corner with my soft succulent. There we go. And this banner is made using the scalloped contours dies. So I use this one right here to make this. Fantastic dies if you don't have them. Okay, and so I want to add this with dimensionals. And so, oh, here's some back here. I did bring some. Okay, good. So I'm going to just add that to the card with dimensionals. I did bring them in here. The brain did work. I just didn't remember it. Okay, so this is going to go in the center here. And then what we have left to do is this piece. Okay, and okay, somehow or another, this did not get on a block. I hate to do this, but I'm going to be right back. I'm here. So, We're going to make that work somehow. Okay. So I've got a little bit of white scrap here that I'm going to stamp that on, and I'm going to be using Memento Black. Okay, and that would be cut out and put on the front. I'm starting to feel like I'm taking way too long. And I do want you to see the inside of the card. Okay, so I colored the center of that with Pale Papaya. I'm sorry, Daffodil Delight. And I think it was the dark Daffodil Delight. And I'm just coloring inside the lines. And I'm probably going to go out of the lines big time in just a minute. So I am trying to go fast. Okay. Okay. Yeah, Faith, you need to try the blending brushes with the mask. They really work well. Okay, and I'm just adding a little of the dark Pale Papaya blend on there. I'm not even going to take the time to go back and blend that right now. I'm going to go ahead and color in the leaves. I hope that maybe some of you will get these bags and try them for some gift giving or card giving. They're really kind of neat, and you do get 20 bags, I think, for $6. And be sure you look at my blog on Monday for the project that I'm going to put on there using the ombre bags too. This video will be up on Friday as part of my blog. And I'm sorry, I'm not going to take the time to do a lot of blending on that. Maybe I will come back with a little bit of this glue. Okay, I'm going to use my pinned flowers dies and cut that out hopefully quickly. I'll be right back. Just lining it up. And we'll run it through my die cut, emboss, and cut, or my Stampin' Up cut and emboss machine. Okay. And maybe not perfectly cut, but here we go. So let me add that with dimensionals as well. Scissors. Put one down here, a little piece down there. Okay. Let me find my card I'm making. And we'll just add that there. And then on the inside of the card, I'm going to put this piece. Gosh, I'm getting to the point. I'm getting tired. I can't find anything. It's right in front of my face. All right, and then I have a piece of soft succulent. I just wanted to show you this little hint. I have a piece of the soft succulent that is 3.5 inches square, and then a piece just a little bit smaller of designer paper that's 3 1/4, so it's a 1/4 inch smaller than the other. I'm going to bring in my trimmer, and I'm going to trim these two. And I'm going to trim them down the diagonal. So I'm going to put the point of one in this tray and the point of the here in the tray, and just cut those in half. And I'm going to do the same for my designer paper. A point in the middle of the tray and the other point in the middle of the tray. And we'll cut those. Okay. And then I'm going to adhere the print to the other triangle or the designer paper. Well, and then I'm going to drop it somewhere on the floor. Don't do that part. Okay, so we'll add that in here. And then I'm going to take some of my tearing tape and put some down this side and some down this side. Okay, we'll take the tape, the top of the tape off. Okay, I think we will do that. Now I had a little bit sticking over, so I'm just going to bend that back. Okay, now I'm going to add this to the very corner down here of this card. And then I have a place that I can put a gift card inside. Okay, so there you go. So this would go inside this bag. You have your little gift card in there. Okay, and then here is, okay, I'm having to look for my other stuff. Here is the other gift bag. Move some of this out of the way that we did. And then here is the card or the bag, maybe not, that we talked about at the very beginning. Where did I put it? Here. Okay, so these were the projects that we did today with the Ombre Gift Bags. And I hope that you got some ideas of things that you might try with these bags. They're a good, cheap, I think, way to give out or to make a gift maybe just a little bit more special. So this one had this card, and then this one had the gift card holder. So there you go. Let me know if you have some ideas of using the bags I'd love for you to send me a picture or put it in comments if you do. Thank you so much for joining me today. I do try to get it all together before I start, but you know, life goes on. So thank you again. Please join me next Thursday at 4 o'clock Eastern Time. Good to see you today. Bye-bye.